fuck you up like the Cool Cucks Clan. This is what happens behind the scenes, folks. Trying to get my shit ready. Fuck, my hair's cut. God damn it. Houston, we have a problem. I seem to have broken my necklace. Shit. This is why you don't get necklaces from Wish. I actually kinda like this necklace too. It's the Mangyako shit. Fuck. I'm all set. I'll cut you like your fucking mother cut your dad's penis off. Hey everybody, it's Akumi here. Welcome back to the show. And I promise you, I promise you, this will be my last video on Destiny 2. I will be mentioning it one more time after the beta is over, but it's not going to have its own video. It's going to be part of a series I want to make. And it just so happens to be one of the 3 games I'm going to talk about, so bear with me. You know, I think this is the last round of news we're going to get before the beta. And so I decided to just make a whole video talking about all the shit we found out at E3. I promised myself I wasn't going to do the same thing with Destiny 2 that I did with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Because with Pokemon Sun and Moon, back before it was released, every single video I uploaded was new Pokemon Sun and Moon news. And I didn't want to do the same thing for Destiny 2, but god damn it, I'm back at it again. So here's another Destiny 2 video. Last one until launch, just bear with me for now. So we found out more about the story of Destiny 2 and found out that Gaul isn't actually the puppet master in all this. He's just a little pawn in the console's great schemes. Now, we haven't seen the console yet, but we know that the console is the one who inspired, for lack of a better term, Gaul to overthrow the empire of the Red Legion and invade the tower. And, in general, fuck us all over. So the console's the main big baddie here. He's the one that we're gonna really have to go after in Destiny 2. Will he be the final boss like Black Garden, or will he be a raid boss like Atheon? We don't know yet. I'm leaning more towards raid boss. I think Gaul is gonna be the final campaign boss, but then we have to face the console in the raid, which I'm looking forward to. But we found out something that I'm very excited for, and something that Destiny has been lacking, and that is character interaction. We are actually able to interact with all the characters with some kind of new dialogue interface that they're implementing in Destiny 2. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work, if it's going to work the same way as in Mass Effect, or in like Minecraft story mode, or if it's going to work more along the lines of really every other game, where it's a fixed dialogue, but you're still interacting with them. Either way, I'm happy, but ideally I would like to go for the Mass Effect / Minecraft story mode type of thing, because that would be awesome. We also found out the beta dates and actually a new launch date. The beta has a lot of different dates. If you're on PS4 and you pre-ordered it, it starts July 18th. If you're on Xbox One and you pre-ordered it, it starts July 19th. Open beta on both consoles starts July 21st. The beta ends July 23rd, I believe, and then the PC beta is in August. We don't know what the exact date is. And then the release date has also been changed. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, they pushed it back just like every other fucking game developer in existence. What a shock. Actually, they did something very different. They didn't push it back, they pushed it forward. Because instead of releasing September 8th, it is now releasing September 6th. They've actually decided to release it 2 days earlier than originally planned. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time in gaming history, at least to my knowledge, that a game developer changed the release date of a game, and then it actually ended up being earlier than the original release date. Because we've seen so many times game developers pushing back dates so that they come out later than originally expected. You know, Outlast 2 was supposed to release in 2016, and then it got pushed so far back that it's actually still a recent thing. So, you know, that happens a lot. But it seems like they actually want to release it earlier than expected. It's only 2 days, but this is the first time I've ever seen this, and I'm actually very surprised. I'll pin you down and then fuck your mother. Now, if you watched my first video on Destiny 2, you will know that I was quite excited over the Arc Strider subclass. And then if you watch my first episode of Let's Gay where I played Destiny on Crucible, you'll know that I loved it, I still liked it, but I was a little bit skeptical about whether it would actually play differently from Blade Dancer. So a lot of people were telling me that the Arc Strider coming up in Destiny 2 looks too similar to the Blade Dancer, and I do agree with them, and I do kind of agree with them. Like, the Arc Strider is very similar to the Blade Dancer, but personally, I have faith in Bungie that they're gonna make it so that it's not, you know, just copy and paste from Blade Dancer, but we'll just have to wait and see, you know what I mean? Now, everyone at E3 had a chance to play Arc Strider for themselves, including a bunch of different media outlets like Game Informer and IGN, as well as a bunch of different YouTubers like More Console, My Name is Bife, etc. And everyone across the board is saying that, however, on paper, Arc Strider sounds exactly the same as Blade Dancer. Playing it for yourself is much different. It's a whole lot more fluid. It feels smoother than Blade Dancer. Each attack with your super came one after another versus Arc Blade, which had a lot of pausing in between attacks. It does a lot more damage, it seems. It has a lot more range to it. It's a lot easier to get from your position to the enemy's position to another enemy's position and kill them. Now, one thing I'm really excited with Arc Strider is while you're in super mode, your dodge acts the same way as your grenades did in Sunsinger, where they just keep recharging at a super fast rate. So with dodging as a hunter, it's the same principle as Shade Step. You double tap circle or B or whatever platform you're on, and you dodge out of the way. But unlike Shade Step, where you can, for the most part, spam it, you know, you couldn't go Shade Step, Shade Step, Shade Step, but, you know, you could use it every 3 seconds or so. On Destiny 2, as a hunter, it takes more or less about 17 seconds to charge. But as an Arc Strider, while you're in super mode, your dodge charges much faster to the point where it's acting the same as Shade Step, where you can just spam it. Some even say it's faster than Shade Step. You can do it like every second and a half. And so with that, if you have lightning reflexes on, which is one of the perks on Arc Strider, you take a lot less damage, because if you don't know what lightning reflexes is, basically while you're in super mode, if you do a dodge, during that dodge you take less damage. Now, I wrote this off as a very throwaway perk. It didn't really seem useful until I found out that while in super mode, your dodge recharges much faster, and you can spam it just as fast or possibly even faster than Shade Step. So at that point, I immediately decided lightning reflexes is much more useful than I thought, because if you just keep dodging, you're basically invincible. You're taking so much less damage, and then on top of that, you can get from one enemy to the next, taking less damage, and you're moving super fast, so you can just kill one enemy after another. I'm really excited to get my hands on Arc Strider, so I can't wait till the beta when I can finally play with this thing and gauge how much it fits my playstyle, and, you know, how good it is, and how much I'm gonna love using it during launch. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna touch on the PlayStation exclusives. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, I'll be streaming on Tuesday, June 27th and I'll give you my thoughts on the PlayStation exclusives. Another thing we found out was a new activity in Destiny 2 called Flashpoints. Now, basically what these are is, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. Basically, there is a really difficult enemy to face. Like, he's a giant bullet sponge. He does massive amounts of damage, and he's just a bastard overall. He is a bitch to kill. And so the idea is that they drop one of these massive, high damage bullet sponges onto the on the field for you to fight, and everybody in that vicinity comes together to fight this enemy. And the loot and some people are saying that the loot it drops is equivalent to Nightfall. I kind of have a hard time believing that, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. It's definitely going to be better than like public events. So yeah, I'm excited for Flashpoints. I think they're pretty cool. And anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. That's all the news I could find about Destiny 2 that wasn't already covered. Not all of it, but some of it just I didn't really feel like was necessary to put into a video. If I were to put in all the new shit we found out about since my first Destiny 2 video, this video would be about just as long as my Answers for Social Justice Warriors video, and I really don't want to make another 30-minute video. I hate making those. So that's really about it. I'm excited for the beta. This game is this game is hyped as fuck. I really can't wait for launch when the game actually comes out and I have it in my possession. This is Akuma, signing out.